Vince Panaro took home $75,000 on the Big Brother 27 finale after Ashley Hollis cut her ally, Morgan Pope, and took him to the final two. He had worked with multiple people in multiple alliances but somehow made his way to the end. To secure his safety, Vince won 4 head of household and aligned himself with competition beasts, like Morgan and Keanu Soto. Although he didn't play an honest game, his housemates kept him around until the end. Vince talked to TV Insider about forming alliances with everyone, his egg detective punishment turning on Lauren and more. You won 2nd place. That's nothing to beat yourself up over. How are you feeling about that? Yeah, no, I'm beating myself up over it. It's not first. I'll take it. I did what I could. Were you shocked that Ashley chose you over Morgan and take to the final two? Ashley played such an incredible game that I think she was a frontrunner against anybody after like the final 6. So I would say I'm super surprised. I think she made a game move that she thought was best for her game and it paid off. Who would you have taken if you had won the final HO? There's 2 ways I could have thought. I could have thought about it. I was thinking a lot about it in the house about how I felt like it caught up to me, and it really got to my conscience about how much I had lied and burned people in the past. So I wanted to showcase the jury that I have loyalty to at least one person. So I wanted to bring Morgan to the end, and then I could say I had 5 HOHs on the season, and I took somebody that you know I was loyal to. So I wasn't just going crazy. Or I could have caught her and said, look, my game is separate from hers. I was playing for me all along, and I got 5 HOHs and I made the move. I didn't know if the jury would respect me more for that, so I really didn't know. You only got 1 vote from Morgan. Did any of the votes shock you? I was hoping for Keanu and Lauren's votes. But I also understand the jury management side of things. I didn't do the best at, so I don't blame them. You know, it is what it is. And you had a final 2 with Lauren on day 2. What made you pick Morgan in the end over Lauren? Well, when I put Lauren on the block, I was hoping that I would be able to keep like the judges respectful from the jury perspective. And I also wanted to guarantee that Lauren had the votes to stay so I could appease both sides. But I really didn't ever want to cut Lauren by any means because she's a great competitor and a great ally. So I really didn't want to have to make that decision ever. You won 4 HOHs. That puts you in the likes of Rachel, who you played with, Cody Califier, Janelle Perzina, and Nicole Franzel. Did you ever think that you would reach a record like that on the show? No, I did not. That's crazy to be in a list with them. So you practically had alliance of everybody and a lot of final 2s. Do you think that helped or hurt your game since you made it to the final 2? I think it was a great way to get far in the game, and also a great way to lose the game at the end because you're going to have to make decisions. And I found myself making decision after decision that was difficult and showed my cards and then showed my cards again. So yeah, it was a tough game to navigate at that point, but I played with the best that I could to go as far as I could, and it turned out to be a 2nd place game. I've got to ask you about your egg detective punishment. You seem to be a really good sport about that. And I just have to say, in the live feeds we were cracking up every time you were eat and go inside the shell. What was that like for you? Okay, well, when I knew I got the punishment, I was like, okay, this is all part of the Big Brother experience. I wanted the veto. I gave up $5,000. I got 2nd place. I almost won that competition. And so I was like, alright, you know what, an egg punishment. It's going to be a unitard. It's going to be silly looking, but I'm going to be mobile and be able to run around in it. When I saw it was a hard shell giant egg, I was like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to live a week in this. So the reason I had to eat inside the shell is because I couldn't reach outside to try to eat a sandwich. I couldn't reach my mouth, so I would just pop inside and squat down and just go into my little hut and eat my meals that way, because holding a plate and trying to reach the fork to your mouth, it just wasn't happening. I was getting stains all over my tie. I was not working for me. You've been auditioning for Big Brother for 10 years. You finally got on. Was it everything you thought it would be? It was everything and more. I just put so much pressure on myself to do well that I made it harder on myself, whereas I should have just leaned into the fun of it, which I did have fun, by the way, like the highs and lows all the way through, but I just put a lot of pressure on myself because it was something that I wanted for so long. And then you get it, it's like, don't screw it up. So then alliances happen, and then all of a sudden you end up in jury management, and then it works out that way. But it was an incredible experience. Yeah, I'm so grateful for it. Do you have any regrets or anything that you would have done differently? I would have done a lot differently. I would have not made so many final 2s. I would not have lied to people's faces as often as I did. I would have liked to play. I wanted to go into the game with honesty and integrity, and people were able to play that way. But I found myself for some reason just out of the fear of upsetting people who are going home too soon that I didn't. What do you plan on doing with your winnings? I want to be smart with it. I have bills to pay still, and I want to just make it last as long as I can and just utilize it wisely. I'm not sure exactly what that looks like yet, but I'll be smart with it. For sure. I'm not going to go crazy. Would you come back and play again if you were ever asked to? Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. Absolutely, because now I know how I do want to play, and now I can actually play that way, and it would be totally different. Would you want to play with the same cast or a new cast? Do they remember what I did this season? Or is it starting fresh as if they don't know me? For starting fresh, yes, because that was an awesome cast. But if they remember what I did this season, please just brand new cast of new house guests here. What's the first thing that you're looking forward to doing when you get home? Seeing my girlfriend, seeing my family, seeing my best friends. I'm very close with all of them. And I can't wait to just connect with them and talk about everything. Do you have any last takeaways? It was just an awesome experience. I would have liked to have played with a bit more honesty, and I'd like to be less hard on myself, but I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about composure. I learned a lot about just how to go about the game. And maybe even if I don't play again, maybe I can give advice to people after they're done. I just learned a lot, and I feel good, and I feel like I could grow a lot from this experience. So I'm looking forward to those lessons outside of this. However, Ashley Hollis has etched her name into Big Brother history as she picked up the trophy for season 27. The 25-year-old lawyer not only emerged as the winner, but also walked away with a $750,000 US prize after an intense summer inside the iconic house. The American reality show is based on the Dutch show by the same name and was produced by John de Mol Jr. in 1997. The show first premiered in the US in 2000 and has since become an integral part of the showbiz. Every season, contestants give their absolute best to win the title of Big Brother after spending 83 days in the house. The Big Brother US also holds a special place as it became the longest-running Big Brother adaptation after the Spanish version of the show was discontinued in 2022. So as Ashley takes home the big check and the title, let us take a look at everything we know about the winner. Ashley Hollis has had an impeccable performance in Big Brother Season 27. The star emerged as an underdog, defeating some of the strongest contenders fans had seen this season. After making it to the top 3 alongside Vince Panaro and Morgan Pope, she had a tough HOH battle ahead. However, she utilized her skills and mind to secure a place for herself in the finale. In a dramatic 3-part finale that tested endurance, memory, and strategy, Ashley Hollis won the final round and earned the power to choose who would go with her to the finale. Considering her odds against the 2 remaining players, she evicted Morgan, taking Vince to the finale, where after a series of questions, she won the title with a stellar 6-1 jury vote. While Ashley herself won $750,000 US, Vince took second place and $75,000. Morgan was sent packing just before the final vote. Ashley Hollis played the entire series with strategy, striking a perfect balance between strength and mind. This might be due to her background in law. Yes, you heard that right. According to the Cincinnati Enquirer, before dominating reality TV, Ashley earned her law degree from Georgetown University. Therefore, it's no surprise that her legal training may have contributed to her calculated gameplay and ability to read the house dynamics with precision. Despite flying under the radar in terms of her competition win, fans would be surprised to know that the finale HOH victory for the only time she secured the win in HOH. Fortunately for Ashley, it came at the most crucial round, winning her the power to take Vince over Morgan to the finale, which ultimately helped her win the competition. While Ashley Hollis now holds the title of the winner, she was nearly evicted as quickly as the show began. The star was nominated for eviction in the very first week of Big Brother Season 27, after a minor controversy dubbed the Showergate. However, she saved herself with a clutch veto win and wasn't nominated again until week 8. While it was Ashley Hollis' first time on the screen, she was not completely oblivious to the Big Brother world. The star is a close friend of Hannah Chatta. For the unversed, Hannah appeared on the show, Big Brother Season 23. While she didn't win, it seems like her friend, Ashley, learned from her experience. However, like any good video game console, Morgan Pope seemed to operate in two different modes on Big Brother 27. For the first 6 weeks while she was winless, she helped make some major strategic decisions. Unfortunately, those decisions came at the cost of losing some of her tightest allies. But once she faced the eviction vote, the former D1 athlete switched into competition mode. She turned up the heat, winning safety for a historic 7 rounds in a row. Unfortunately, just when she needed it most, the former track star tripped right at the final hurdle. After losing the final hoe, she was taken out, one competition from winning it all. Morgan came into the house lying that she was a professional gamer. But she showcased her propensity to play hard even without the title, getting involved in major alliances and making moves as early as the first week. When she came into power alongside close ally Mickey Lee, they made the controversial choice to turn on their alliance member in Jimmy Hegarty. The next week, she would lose another one of her people, but not by her own hand. She could only sit and witness her tight ally and possible crush, Zach Cornell, go out after choosing to not use his power to protect her. And the very next week, she was put up by Rachel Riley, facing the eviction vote against Riley Jeffries, one of the most popular people in the house. With this vote, Morgan's game transformed entirely. She locked in with Vince Panaro, as the two were brought into the newfound judges that protected her in a tight eviction. Despite losing her highly anticipated wall competition, she began pouring on the wins. Morgan was nominated 2 more times, the odds-on favorite to leave. Both times, she won clutch veto competitions to stay her execution. And once she got past that, she and Vince began trading hoe wins to guarantee their upstairs residency would continue.